I think you're right. The confidence of investors really revolves around monitoring, being able to verify, and then obviously the governance structure you have around the entities and the investments, right? Because I think in the end, what they want to know is, can this manager or platform actually run institutional capital responsibly? Exactly. Governance, what does it really encapsulate? As a director, of course, you're always going to care about what governance is and what it means. Is there a clear decision-making structure? Is there effective oversight in this entity or across the firm, the fund, and even lower, right, when you're looking at portfolio companies, right? Because ultimately managers will have to account for what's happening and report on what's happening. And then the transparency around reporting, which you touched on by saying, visibility, because there's visibility at multiple levels. And then also just the discipline around it. You can have all these systems, you can have policies, but are your teams actually following? And are you also checking? Are we audit ready, right? And I think that's, when you're talking about governance, there's so many things, but I think to me, that's what it is in Zimbabwe. What does it mean when you are a non-executive director? What is the value you bring?
I think the value really is, yes, the oversight, but also the support. Having the perspective from your expertise or your experience that augments the management capacity and also augments the different skills and expertise that other directors bring. And it's not just a title or just, a box ticking exercise where you go to meetings, hear what management have to say and, just cross it off the list. It's quite a significant responsibility. You're really there to steward the decisions that are being made by the organization. You're also there, with that independence, that separation, without this sort of emotional attachment that ensures that you're protecting the interests of the people that you represent, especially on an institutional level. If you are representing an institution that perhaps is managing people's pensions, there's a lot at stake. That means the responsibility is quite significant. Sort of setting the expectations and the standards for how an organization or a fund or whatever it may be reports, how they maintain that consistency. We don't necessarily expect everything to go right, all the time. Things do go wrong, and it's sort of, how do you approach those challenges? What do you do when things go wrong?